But then I was just like, you know what, he's just being a bitch. Hey guys, what's up? It's Sachika. Welcome to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing day. Today I have a really fun video for you guys and I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy it. It was not funny when it was happening, but it is funny looking back on it now. And it is funny for other people, I would say. But it was exceedingly stress-inducing for me and just so many things wrong with it. Okay, so today I actually want to tell you guys about my art teacher. And as you can see, the video is titled Horror Story. So obviously you know it's gonna be bad, but let's get into it. So let me give you guys a little bit of background. I am an art and design student. I did take art in the A levels and IG, but IG I had a really amazing teacher. She was really sweet and encouraging and awesome. I loved her. She was the head of the art department at school, but she didn't teach A levels for our batch. She taught it for the batch above us and the batch below us. That's how the teachers in my school work. They kind of alternate. Even the physics teachers, for example, there are two. One teaches 1 year and the second teaches the second year. So the one teacher taught me, whereas the second teacher taught the AS, and they just teach both years to the same batch. So basically, getting back into this art teacher thing. So, but she was not my teacher for my A levels. Now, I started off in AS level, and at the start of AS level, I had a different teacher. He actually had studied the syllabus really well, and he knew what he was doing, and he knew what we needed to be doing, which is what he wanted a teacher. And he encouraged us, and he was nice to us, and you know, like, even if he found something bad in your work, he didn't like discourage you or insult you or whatever, or give you bad marks or something for it, because he knows how you are otherwise as a student. He encouraged you to do better, gave you means and ways and methods to do it better, things that he thought would work for you. And since we did the new art syllabus, he had seriously, truly studied it over the summer. I think he had done a couple of Cambridge courses too, and it was just stunning how prepared he was. Now, that guy, the first teacher, has been in my school, or was in my school, since I was in grade 6, okay? And he was my teacher for the first, like, for grade 6, 7, and 8, and then we switched art teachers to the art department head and so on. So he had been in my school for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, for 5 years, and then came our batch in the AS, and suddenly in October he got fired from school, and we didn't actually get any explanation. But the thing he did was, like, it was floating around as a rumor in school, which is like, it was not good. Trust me, it was not good. And we all knew he was kind of a creep, but like, this was crazy. And I'm pretty sure he didn't do it on purpose, but he got fired for it anyway. And so now suddenly we didn't have an art teacher anymore, and we were just stuck, because out of the 6 art students in the A level, or in the AS level at that point, 4 were new students who, even if they had done IG before, they hadn't taken art in IG, and so this whole art thing was completely new to them, and we didn't know what to do. We didn't know the syllabus, none of that, okay? And so the art department head, like I told her, she was my teacher in IG, she came in and she started taking our classes. But thing is, she had her own classes going on at the time that we had our class, so she was managing 2 classes at once, and both needed her attention, because that was the IB batch from the same grade and we were the ASL batch. Now the thing is, we had an exam at the end of the year and they didn't, but IB had a lot more work and a lot more that they had to do in terms of like satisfying their syllabus, and they were actually her students. We weren't. We had just been pushed onto her and passed on to her just because they had no other option. Okay, so now this was the situation for all of November, And then in December, enter teacher number 2. I'm not going to say anybody's names on here because nobody deserves that. But here he comes, he enters, he meets us, and he starts taking class. And obviously he doesn't know anything about us and our work, obviously. But other than that, he didn't know anything about the syllabus. He hadn't studied it. He hadn't put in any effort. And he was just going in blind. Like seriously, he was just going in blind. And so here we are, where we're working with one teacher, then he gets fired. By the time we finish explaining what we're doing and get our art department head teacher caught up, she gets replaced by this other guy. I mean, she doesn't get replaced. She kind of goes back to her original schedule, and this new guy comes in, and now we have to explain everything to him all over again. So I feel like the entire first term of my AS level, I was just explaining what I was doing to a new teacher, and I didn't actually get any work done, which is like, that's crazy. I have a year to finish 2 components. Like, I needed to get shit done, but I just didn't. None of us did. And 4 of the students were so confused with the syllabus themselves. And if you bring in a teacher who doesn't know about the syllabus and doesn't know what the syllabus expects, and you put them with 4 of these students who don't know what the syllabus expects either, you're just stuck. Like, you can't do anything. Yeah, so he comes in, and now on his first day, and this is all my speculation, but on his first day, that head teacher, she knew me and the other girl who were old students, and we were originally her IG students, and she knew us and she cared about us as students. Let me move this down a little. Yeah, she cared about us as students. She knew us personally because she had been teaching us for 2 years before that. And so she told the 2 of us that if you have any issues with your work, you need any help, any advice, till this guy settles down, give him 2 weeks, y'all can come to me. And both of us are like, fine, that's great, we like you as a teacher, we love your advice, and we're used to your way of working, so we will do that. And so his first day, I needed help with my work, and I went to her, right? And he saw me going to her, obviously. And I don't think that sat well with him. And there goes our relationship as student and teacher, like downhill. Like, it just never ever, he never ever gave me a chance to get to know me or whatever. I feel like that's the point when he started hating me, before he even got to know me or my work. And he just started hating me from the very, very fucking beginning, and from his first day. And I actually got along with everyone in my class, and there was a way we used to work. Like, we would play music and we would have fun, but we would also get our work done. And now this guy, he was not okay with that. He wouldn't let us play music, he wouldn't let us talk in class. There was like no fun with him. So naturally, when the fun factor goes down, our work thing goes down too. Now, somewhere in his head, I think he started blaming me for that as well, because I was the student that he started hating from the very first day. And so now in come our half-yearly exams. So in our school, we give 2 sets of exams before our boards. One is half-yearlies in December, which is halfway through the year, as the name indicates. And then it's our prelim, which is our preliminary examinations, which is somewhere in March, which is 3/4 through the year. And then we have our finals in May. So then come the half-yearly examinations, exactly like half or 1 week after he joins. And I did my work. I did my 1 A2 sheet of work. And I had spoken about this with both the head teacher and the original teacher when they were both respectively teaching me. I had spoken to them saying, listen, in the final exam, in 15 hours, I am supposed to finish an entire A2 sheet. I cannot have anything extra on that sheet. I cannot have anything less on that sheet. The only thing I can do outside of that 15 hours is cut and paste and write. And they were like, yeah. So I said, okay, so from the very beginning, I want to start with that. I want to finish an entire A2 sheet so that I have practice of what I'm doing and I can manage my time well. And they were both in agreement with that. They're like, fine, as long as prep work, you create another sheet and give it to us. And I was like, yes, okay, great. I did that. I created a different A2 sheet with my prep work. He wasn't in agreement to that. He said, no, you only need to do an A3 sheet and you don't need to do a full A2 sheet. I was like, but I need to learn to manage my time. That's my biggest crunch. Like, in no other exam have I ever had this issue where I'm short of time. But since grade 9, since I took IG art, I've always been short of time in my exams. And that's never good, especially for a subject like art. So I was like, I tell him, okay, so this is what I want to do. And he was not in agreement, but I was like, you know, like, screw you, I know what I'm doing, I know what I need as a student. As long as you receive your prep work and your final work, you should be happy and just grade me well. That didn't happen. I finished the A2 sheet in 15 hours. I finished my prep work from home and I was actually really proud of that A2 sheet. And then I come in for results day. Not only am I the lowest in the class, I'm also the only B grade in the class. He gave everybody else an A. And suddenly I was taken aback. I was like, do you not like me? What happened? I was pretty proud of this. The other teacher was happy with it. Why are you not happy with it? And so now you have to know that in my grade 11 half yearlies, okay, so first of all, I'm not a bad student. Never have been, never will be, never want to be, whatever. Okay, I will never let my social life come in the way of my work life, ever. Okay, so that in the half yearlies, I did really badly in all 4 subjects. And suddenly I was hit like a fucking, you know, like a train wreck. I was like, I've never ever been a bad student. How is it that suddenly I'm a bad student? Like, even math, I had like a C or something, and I was like, fuck, what did I do wrong? And on top of that is this art crap, which I think we were the biggest A-level art batch ever in my school, and out of a batch of 6 students, I'm the only student who gets a B. And I was just like devastated. I was like, what the hell is happening? But I was like, okay, maybe my style of painting is just not for him. And I went to the head art teacher and told her, and she was like, I'm sorry, I can't do anything. He is your teacher and the grades have been published and there's nothing I can do about it. So I was like, fine. I said, okay, over the next, 6 months that I have left in school, I am going to blow his mind away with my work. And fine. Now, I genuinely, I'm not kidding, put my heart and soul into my artwork in that 6 months or whatever. And I didn't have any external help. Like, a lot of people, they would take external opinions or whatever, but I didn't have any of that, okay? And I seriously put my heart and soul into it. Now, this is the worst part, actually. Every time I would go to him for feedback, he would give me good feedback. He'd say, oh, you know, oh, this is great. Oh, I really like it. I mean, this is really good. And your style is really nice. And your color selection is really good. And I was like, okay, if he likes it, he's going to grade it. And he knows, hopefully, how Cambridge operates. I am hoping he studied over the winter break. And he knows the syllabus and he knows how it operates. Knows how it is marked. And so he should be able to help me. And I was like, okay, fine. If you like it, then I'm just going to leave it alone. Because I have this habit of over tweaking if I'm not happy with it. But if my teacher says, no, it's fine. It's, you know, you're going to do well. It's all great. And I was like, okay, then fine. And I would just move on. And then comes in the prelim examinations. And once again, this guy grades me the lowest in the class and the only fucking B in the class. And suddenly I was hit like, you told me over the last 3 months that you loved my work, you loved my style, you loved my color selection, then what am I doing wrong? But then I was just like, you know what, he's just being a bitch and it's okay. And so I actually fixed a lot of stuff in the time from the end of my prelim examinations to the end of April, which is when I had to submit my 11th grade artwork, which was both component 1 and 2. So I was like, okay, great, I've submitted it, it's done. Grades come back and my grade is an E. Every single student that he taught No, as marks, not only am I the only B grade in the class, no, sorry, this should be the other way around.